offending Ebonyi citizens, to condemn our actions. But he will not condemn the actions of the perpetrators. These are the leaders. These are your leaders. These are the people you have. Like weak. These are the people that you have. We are fighting battles on multiple fronts. Some of you do not understand. Because a white man understands what Biafra means. That is why if you go to a meeting in New York and you mention Biafra, they all run away. They know, they understand. That is the light of the world. The light of the black race all over the world rests on the shoulders of Biafra. Biafra emerges and the black man is free. Simple as that. Biafra doesn't come, the black man can never. That is why there is this grand conspiracy against Biafra. I went to that experiment today. You know my Facebook page, Mazen Namdekano Official. I tried to go there to broadcast today for the past 2 months or thereabout. When I started the program, we were close to 4K viewers, so to speak. Now we are at 246. Now ask yourself, what is the interest of Mark Zuckerberg in Biafra? Because he's one of them. People rise up in the morning and they, Lucifer will go, it says Satan will enter into them. Fight against Biafra. Fight against Biafra. And that's it. Because the devil understands that in Biafra rests the light of God. I'm not telling you so we feel better about who we are. In Arochukwu, where our ancients used to worship God, there is a village called Ihechio, where the light of God, where the light of God shines. That is the name of the town. There is no other place in the whole world that has such a name. No other place on this earth where the light of God shines upon his children. Ihechio. That is why they will be against us, but they will fail. Because I know who I am. Some of you don't know who you are, but I do. I know who I am. That is why I also commend the youths of Ebonyi State. They called amalgamated Mbiejogu Youth, ANY, for rising up to condemn the attacks happening in many communities over there, where 12 farmers were killed. Umugudagbo community, Hupu, LGA, in Ebonyi State. Channels TV will not carry it. Never. Daily Trust, it's not going to happen. Or Punch, never. Because they want all of you to die off. And the Fulani will come in and take over our land. That's what they want. But as long as we are alive, it's not going to happen. Things are happening in Ebonyi. But the governor is more interested in talking about things that are irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant. When I want, sometimes I say to people, when we say things here on radio, Biafra, some of you think it is so fantastic, it's so outlandish, it's unbelievable. In fact, it was made up. It cannot happen. Eventually, it comes to pass. Like the idiot wearing a mask. That mask will fall off. Anyway, let me not go too far into that, because some of you are products of the British Empire. You do not know how to reason independently. You always look for validation of whatever you're thinking to come from somebody else. That is the difficulty, and that is the problem that some of you are having. And I do hope and pray that as we go forward, that some of you may be able to develop some semblance of common sense and be able to reason independently for yourselves. When I read about these Chinese authorities seized over 7,200 human penises on a cargo ship from Nigeria, I was astonished. And let me tell you the funniest thing about we black people. Why I always go back to say that the brain of a black person is deformed somehow is this. This type of news, anywhere else in the world, there will be wall-to-wall coverage of this very news. Now ask yourself, for a man to lose his private part, he has to die, isn't it? So in Nigeria, your SARS, so-called police, our police, Nigeria police, this work is difficult, Nigeria police. Your police and your army working in the East, killed because no man, I don't know if many things happen these days anyway, but I know that nobody, at least where we come from, has two penises. There's only one per person. 7,200 men have been killed by the Nigerian government, the police and the army. And I told you before that they will kill you for your human parts. Some of you thought I was joking. Isn't it? But here it is. Here, another justification. There is nothing I can't come on this noble platform to lie to you. I can't do that. 7,200 people killed by the Nigerian government, by the Nigerian state. Not only did they kill them, they were mutilated. Their penises cut off and packaged for the Chinese market. And somebody asked earlier, I don't know what the Chinese people are doing with black people's penis. I don't know what they're doing with it. Can anybody tell me, please? What are they doing with it in China? Is it in the noodles they're going to send back to us? What are they doing with it? 7,200. And I told you, it was under the reign of SARS, formed by Obasanjo, sponsored by the British, because Britain said we are the ones that gave them training. So you train them on how to kill people and cut off their private parts to sell. Because Britain wanted to take over the market of human parts, supplying liver, kidney, pancreas to patients all over the world. That was why Britain sponsored the formation of SARS, Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Go and do your research under Obasanjo. Because Obasanjo is a slave, as I said, of two world-renowned spy organizations. A slave, Obasanjo is a typical African slave, typical quintessential African slave. He cannot reason or defend his own people. They brought in SARS. SARS went into work. And now a cargo, a ship, carrying human penises, men, your young boys, killed 7,200. And you wake up tomorrow and say, one Nigeria, hey, we're in one Nigeria. Let's be in one Nigeria and unite and move forward. Whereas, if you come back home late at night, or if you miss road on the way, you are dead. They will kill you. They will cut off your penis. They will take your liver. They will take your kidney. They will sell it. Why wouldn't they support the constitution of one Nigeria? If their people are sick, they can order kidney or liver from Nigeria. Why bother? Why should you break it? So if you break Nigeria now and everybody's on their own, where are we going to get our liver from? Pancreas, kidney, all these things from where? Lungs to replace smokers, chain smokers that have developed lung cancer.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. So, one of the reasons why I play the messages of Mazen Nandekano on daily basis is that you are going to find answers in that message. You'll find answers. And I can never have enough of it. Every single warning Mazen Nandekano has given, just give it a little while, you begin to see it. You hear what he said? Mazen Nandekano made it clear that if we don't do anything, a time will come when you hear full, before they mention the Lani, you are gone. Oh God. You see this propaganda of organ harvesting. Today, you know that organ harvesting is one of the greatest propaganda they're using against this struggle, against the Biafrans. They will tell you, oh, they're organ harvesting, they're harvesting organ. This is one of the strategy of the government. And the people that are in charge of this trade of organ harvesting is the government itself. The SARS that they refused to disband, the SARS that made them to take the life of people because people were protesting to end SARS. They didn't end the SARS. They recreated them And today they are working on the ground. You see Mazen Nani can explain the origin of SARS and their motive, making sure they harvest as many organs as possible and send to the West for their own use. Some of us have forgotten that cargo that was carrying the private organ of men to China. Thousands of organs we have found. You've forgotten about it? From Nigeria to China. Where did they get those things from? Who are those individuals? What are they going to do with it? It has not stopped. Today, you see, one of the things you always hear in their news, oh, they are organ harvesting. All these people who say they are fighting for Biafra, they harvest people organ harvesters. The breaking news everywhere, they always organ harvester. But the origin of that organ harvester, we have forgotten. We have forgotten the people that are sponsoring that organ harvest is Nigerian government itself. The SARS we are talking about. You know, at a point in time, Mazi Simon Ekpa made a revelation of a place in the barrack where they are storing organs of Biafrans. A barrack, one in the barrack, one in a police station. Okuzu police station is one of them. Okuzu police station in Anambra State is one. There were confessions everywhere. There were revelations everywhere about how they harvested people organ. Today, they have shifted that business to blackmail the struggle. They have shifted that business to blackmail the entire Biafra land. They have shifted that business to blackmail the Igbo people. You see, these are the importance of going back to the message where we are coming from. Because when you listen to this message, now it will ring a bell into your ears. So this is the origin of this thing that's happening. This is where this thing is coming from. That it seems like you'll be wondering, why is it that they have checkpoints in everywhere and still yet kidnapping and organ harvesting is fostering? You begin to ask yourself, why is it that almost every pole in Biafra land, every pole from pole to pole, there are checkpoints, and still yet the organ harvesters are flourishing, they are succeeding? That should ring a bell. Now it brings you back in the word of Abacha, that whenever any evil deed, any insurgents fosters for a very long time, the government is aware, they are fully involved. When any evil, more especially some kind of evil terrorism happens without stopping, the government is involved. Now you begin to see the origin of organ harvesting. Exactly, my brother. Obinze, exactly, Obinze. They still have a base, Obinze, where they have that. It was Master Sabu that made the revelation that there's a fridge in Obinze, there's a place, a particular house they built to store human organs in Obinze. Nobody refuted it. That was why Mazi Simon Ekpa was working towards ending Obinze. And when I remember all those messages today, I shed tears in what the Biafran Liberation Army is doing today. It is so sad. It is so sad. It is very, very sad. When I remember where we have gone, how far we have gone, it is so sad. I can see one of our honorable here, I can see Honorable Rose, Pastor Rose Allen. Honorable Pastor Rose Allen, I saw her here. She was on the program, so I saw her message. Thank you so much for joining our Honorable Pastor Rose. Thank you so much for coming around. May God and protect you. I saw her there and I saw her message. Thank you so much, Honorable, for your support. I appreciate you. Those are part of those who are fighting to make sure that things get better as we continue to look forward to holding on until our leaders join us and we move into the promised land as we have always wished for. So, my fellow Biafrans, the reason I play all these messages are for you to rethink back. Think back. Because sometimes if you don't, sometimes the propaganda is too much. The blackmail, this thing that happened among us. Today you see ourselves, today we are the ones today diverting attention to ourselves. That is where the thing is paining me. Today, it is Biafran people that are in the front line of blackmail. You use terrorism to blackmail your brother. You use criminality to blackmail you, even when you know it is not your brother that did it. It is not him. But because you and him or he and her, you are in opposition, you are in a different party, you are a different camp, you are doing something different, you don't agree, you have a different idea, you have a different opinion. Because of the different opinion, you begin to blackmail your brother, your sister. It is really, really bad. It is really, that is why I have to begin to dig back to the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that maybe we can be able to catch up the truth and where the problems are. The politicians, they have always been the key actors to see that we are being held down. The politicians have always been the key actors to use some of us who are Biafrans to act on certain things and to demonize what we are doing. The organ harvesting you hear today, the kidnapping you hear today, started, planted by Nigerian government through SARS. Who brought SARS? Obasanjo. Obasanjo, a member of the CIA, working for the West, in entire Africa, working for the West. Any place he entered, he is there for the mission of the West, not for his own people. And these are the people that need to go. Every one of them is going. They are all living. All those people who say we will not be free, we will be here and they will live and we'll be free. We'll be free. And they will never ever stop us. I want us to pay attention and conclude on the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
From you and I, they're waiting. It's like a farm where they harvest. I told all of you during NSAS program, you cannot stop your protest. If you stop, you're finished. And some of you, as they're doing today in Anambra, you abandoned what you're fighting for, started looking for packets of Indomie in a warehouse. Palliative. These black people looking for food. Now you have finished the Indomie. You have finished the spaghetti. You have finished the tin fish. That thing holding you, has it left you? Black people, I'm asking this OG black. After you abandoned SARS protest to go and look for Indomie, that thing holding you, has it abandoned you? The answer is no. You still have the same problem. That is why they can. This is the one they found, though. 7,000 is the one they discovered by mistake. Imagine how many that has gone there. Today, people refer to Obasanjo as an elder statesman. Elder statesman. Whereas this man instituted something that is worse than evil itself. The harvesting of organs of his own citizens. Anyway, in Africa, because we are black, you know, we always love evil. People, some of you will like him because he's evil. You know, we are black now. We love evil very much. This is a confirmation of what I have been saying all along. SARS is not special. They are there to kill young people. Once you're handsome, you're from the East, and you're doing well in Amacha, they'll bring you out from a bus conveying you, and they'll kill you. Nobody's going to ask. Who's going to ask? Because the Britain you're complaining to, Britain, they need fresh liver. They need kidney from young people from our land. When it comes to organ trade and transfer, there is no racism. Because he's an internal organ. Nobody knows which organ is a white man or a black man. Once the blood type can match, that's the end of the story. They now become, they're no longer racist. They love black once your liver is concerned. And now, once they have taken the inside, some unscrupulous individuals in China will say, oh, at least bring us the penis. Bring us the penis, we need it here. And you're in Africa. Shouting one Nigeria. You people are insane. People are mad. Lunatics everywhere. Lunatics everywhere. Some of you have, the reason why I preach the way I do is because if you cannot reason, you can never make any progress in life. Reason is what makes you human. Ask yourself, is my child's penis amongst the 7,000 and something that is sent to China? This is from Nigeria. Those people that they killed, they have parents. They have brothers and they have sisters. Even if they don't, they have relatives. The nearly 7,500 penises of young men from Nigeria, so to speak, is in China to service that market. Where is their liver? Where is their kidney? Where are all other vital organs in their bodies? Who got that one? And you never ask yourself, how did this begin? How did it come about? How? Any day you ask yourself that very simple question, how did we get to where we are today? You remember who brought in SARS. You will also remember it is Obasanjo. And you will know the reason why he met Sheikh Gumi, talking about keeping Nigeria one. Do you see the mess you're in? Now, let me put it to you this way. As long as SARS exists in Nigeria, as long as you continue to answer to one Nigeria, it doesn't matter who you are, one day your male child will go missing. And who knows, when you go to China, you'll be eating his penis, you will not know. You know, maybe in wonton soup, you'll be eating his penis, you will not know. That is the result of black man's stupidity and inability to reason. Now that you have seen that almost 8,000 people are missing, young people, instead of you to start asking questions, where are those people? How come body parts of this magnitude got to China? It's our turn, 2023. Our chairman, transition chairman, election, politics. Until it happens to you, then your eyes will clear. Why am I saying this about reasoning? Our people, all of you have forgotten that this is not the first time that Southeast governors have floated on a security outfit. You have all forgotten. By this time last year, they floated one as well. Nothing came of it. That one, I'll give you the name in a minute. Some of you, you know. I want some of you who are online now, listening, those with Google, even those listening on radio, go and get your phone, smartphone or tablet or laptop, connect it to the internet. Ask yourself, did Southeast governors float a security outfit February of 2020? And what is the name? Obunigwe will come out. Have you forgotten? All of you have forgotten. Southeast governors unveil plans for regional security outfit after a prolonged closed-door meeting February 9, 2020. The name was Obunigwe. Now, after 1 year, it's a Bubako. Maybe to be a giraffe or a rhino. A Bubago. Oh my goodness me. My goodness me. People should stop complaining on Facebook and go to Instagram or join any of the other platforms that I have, please, that we're reaching you with this evening. Go to Instagram, it's there, it's open. They can't stop that one. Obunigwe, it was called. A year ago, they formed Obunigwe. Only 1 year ago. Now we say Bubako. Every year. Why are they? Because what they are not in competition with their mates in the far north of the zoo. They are fighting IPOB and ESN because people listen to us when we speak. They know our people follow our directive. They understand that very well because our people we are the most intelligent race, if not in the whole world, at least in Africa. Our people cannot listen to you unless you have a valid point. Exactly. They cannot follow you unless they know that you are clean.
Absolutely.
It's in their nature. That's how they are. Mm-hmm. It may take them years to begin to listen to you.
Wow.
But you have to prove that you are worthy to be listened to.
This part is very important. Everybody that is watching, this message is for anybody. Wherever you belong, whoever you think you are following, whatever you think you are, whichever position you think you are. This very word that Mazen Nanekano spoke now is very important to keep to heart. If you are serving Biafra, you are working for Biafrans, you are in this journey, this part of the message is for all of us. You don't command respect from anybody. You don't demand respect from anybody. The Biafrans need to see you work. Biafrans want result. Once they see result, nothing will stop them from supporting you. You heard Mazen Nanika say, I want us to listen to it again. This part, very, very important. Let me take it back a little bit. Let's hear it again.
A year ago, they formed the Budiga. Only 1 year ago. Now we say back. Every year. Why are they? Because what they are not in competition with their mates in the far north of the zoo. They are fighting IPOB and ESN because people listen to us when we speak. They know our people follow our directive. They understand that very well. Because our people are we are the most intelligent race
carefully on this part.
world, at least in Africa. Our people cannot listen to you unless you have a valid point.
Absolutely.
They cannot follow you unless they know that you are clean.
You hear it?
It's in their nature. That's how they are. It may take them years to begin to listen to you, but you have to prove that you are worthy to be listened to. Because our people listen to what we tell them, to the directives we give to them. That is the reason why every year they unveil a security outfit. Last year it was called Ogunibe. You have forgotten. But it's here. As some will say, the internet never lies. Of course it doesn't. Following a closed-door meeting held by the Southeast governors at the government house in Enugu, Governor David Nweze Umahi has disclosed their plan to forward a bill to Southeast Houses of Assembly to enact a law to back up the Southeast Region Security Outfit called Ogunibe. The same thing they're saying this year. Exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Oh my goodness. We are also on
Mazen Nandekado message is full of answer. That is why anytime I feel like getting confused, or anytime I feel demoralized, or anytime I feel like walking away, anytime I feel like giving up, when I look for answer, I will go back to Mazen Nandekano and find an answer. Just like Cho Ayuba said. Cho Ayuba said that Mazen Nandekano has given us every single information we need. We don't have to wait for him to come out and fight the battle for us. That was what he said to the DOS when they were talking against Master Simon Ekpa. Even as at now, Master Simon Ekpa in the same vein left for us every single information we need. But some of us are ignoring it. We are busy pushing blackmail, propaganda, talking about irrelevant issues, asking questions that we have the answers already. It is sad. But I thank Chukwu Okikadiama that we still have places to get answers. We have places to get our consolation. And I pray and I pray that we will stand strong, and definitely we're going to get to that destination very, very soon. You're welcome, my beloved sister Ojugo. Thank you for joining. If you're there, go ahead and unmute yourself. Let's hear from you, Sister Ojugo.
Okay, Virtuous, good morning.
Good morning, my sister. You're welcome. No.
Good morning to all Biafrans. Okay, I know I didn't join from the beginning, but I just listened to Mazen Namdekalo speak, and that emphasis about our people. And that answers it all. And I'm happy when you said, when you feel discouraged, when you feel like leaving it, when you feel like I can't handle this anymore, you refer back. That's like what we do with the Bible. It's like what we do with the Bible. Sometimes you feel depressed, sometimes you feel frustrated, sometimes you feel like, am I alone? Are you sure I can do this? What's going on? Questions and questions and questions. We'll normally fall back, for those that are Christian, we'll fall back to our Bible, because there's no word you will not find there for consolation to direct you. That's what the words of Mazen Namdekalo stand for. So, my thing is, how many people were sincerely following Mazen Namdekalo? I wasn't at that time. I wasn't I think it was almost, I don't know if it's when they kidnapped him that, it kind of get to me like, oh, what's going on here? But there are people that really follow this man from the onset. But because what is important is what is in your mind, what is or your purposes of following this person. Because that's what will help us to open up our mind or close our mind to what we have in mind, the negative that we have in mind. Because I always say that Martin Nandekalo has said it all. I'm telling you. Simon Ekpa carried every word of Martin Nandekalo and led us to where we are right now. For us. Because with Martin Nandekalo, he was preaching. Because you have to preach. Preach. It's like somebody that you want to deliver. It's by preaching and preaching and preaching. And then the person's mind will open up. Do I want to accept this or should I reject it? And once the person open mouth for acceptance, the delivering is super easy. But if you force that person for that delivering will not happen. No matter how many weeks of deliverance, prayer and fasting, once it's not from that person, it will never happen because the acceptance was not there. So that's why when people are pushing out those negative propaganda, it's easy to identify it. Easy. When you listen to that person the first, the second day, if you're smart enough, you will know the direction the person is going. Immediately you dictate it. So anybody waiting for this leader, two leaders to come and start from the beginning. You're wasting your time. They've done what they're supposed to do. Martin Nandekalo, a preacher, a super preacher. Martin Simon Ekpa, put those preaching into action. And also give us a template that we will follow for this action to come to accomplishment of the government. It got us to that point. We'll say, this is our government. And this is how we will follow the government. So, and when we get that government, we got to that point, letting us know, when we get that government, this is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to be doing in order to secure that government. So, my dear, my happiness is the fight is fighting itself. That's what I'm seeing on the social media. This fight is fighting itself. Anybody running up and down, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. The fight is fighting itself. So, and I'm happy that our people, they know what is true and what is not true. So thank you so much, brothers. I believe you, and I'm happy that you're bringing this message up to help our people. Good morning. To help our people to understand and know, the reminder is very important. because the struggles of this world made it super easy for us to forget things. But when we have a reminder as we set up our clock, you know, to remind us. Produce.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. It's not easy. When you see people who are really concerned and committed, you will know, even in the most tight schedules, you see them still coming out to air their opinion. So many people come from their offices. Some people will be driving, they will stop their car on the way and make their contribution. Those are commitments. These are sacrifices. These are sacrifices. When you listen to our sister, you can see that she's moving, going from one appointment or the other, and she's still talking. No matter how difficult it is with all those hard breaths, and she's still trying to make her contribution. The same way that one of our sisters always come here, Sister Ijoma, sometimes she'll be driving. She'll be driving and she will park and just make a contribution and continue. There's one of our brother here, Ocean. Sometimes Ocean will come in here, even in his schedule of job. With that little time, he will come and make his contribution. The same thing with our brother Greg and our brother Christian. From their offices, they are contributing and doing whatever they can do. Spare that time and come and speak. None of us have that abundance of time. Nobody is free. But the only thing that can make you to continue to speak and commit to this is because it concerns you. If you don't take Biafra issue as your personal business, take it as something that concerns you, about yourself. It is your own thing. You are doing it for yourself. Until you begin to see it as your own project, you cannot make the commitment the way so many of us are doing. But once you begin to see it as your own thing, you will commit everything. And you will not come here to create enmity. You will not focus attention on fighting your brother or your sister. As for me, I can't do that. I can't. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't agree with me on the path I am, you don't even agree with me, I don't spare my time to begin to castigate, blackmail, or talk about people, my own people unnecessarily. I don't do that. Except when you go out of line, I can call your attention and draw you back, and I move on and focus on the enemy. But today, what we see are people spending much more time on talking about themselves, fighting against ourselves, instead of fighting the real enemy. It is high time we focus. Look at Mazen Nandekan. When you listen to me, if you are a person, everybody in the media is supposed to be following listen to the message of Mazen Nandekan. If you are in the media, listen to the message of Mazen Nandekan. You see the way he organizes his programs. That when he comes, even the day that the Biafrans annoys him, you can see this very program I played. At the beginning of the program, his message was against our Biafran people, those people who have been bought. The way the Nigerian government and the politicians are manipulating our people to lure them into using them against us. And he came hard on them. But after he put that message for some few minutes, he entered into the major message against the enemies. Against the enemies, against the real oppressors that we are facing, the Janjaweed, the British, the West. That is how all his messages, that's how he delivers all his messages. But you will see our people, you are in the media, you will deliver 4 hours program. In that 4 hours, you will spend all the time claiming you are analyzing your brother or you're analyzing your sister, abusing and cursing. At the end of the day, you will ignore the major thing, the real war. You ignore the war and you fight only battle. Only battle to win one thing or the other, to win one argument or the other. At the end of the day, you lose the main battle. And some of us are enjoying it. Many of us are promoting it. Many of us are enjoying that form. But as for me, I know where I land mine. I know who I watched before I came in. I know what I saw before I came in. And it doesn't matter. Even if today, if there is nobody talking about Biafra again, nobody is qualified to talk about Biafra again, I will still be here and be talking. I will still be here, calling the attention of the world on what is happening in Biafra land. No matter what happens, I will still be here calling the attention of the world on the atrocities of Nigerian government in our land, atrocities of the West in our land. It is a responsibility that has fallen on every single one of us to do it. Nobody will do it. The conventional media in Nigeria will not report the atrocities of Nigeria. Instead, they will switch the narrative. They will twist the narrative, just like the one they are doing today. They are trying to paint us as the kidnappers, led by the politicians. And some of us don't see it. We are busy saying other things. Nobody will report what is happening exactly the way it happened. The media in Nigeria will not report it. The international media will not report it. The independent media, all those investigative journalists, they will not even look at it. The only information that are coming out, the fact that are coming out is from these things we are doing online. You go to social media, you see people sending videos. Once it happens, the people that have courage will send the video and share on their platform. We will see it, we'll talk about it, and we'll share. Some will see it and they will send it to us, and we'll share it and we'll use it as a program. You never can tell who can come across it. We'll continue to create awareness. But when you lose focus on that major thing, and you're talking, I'm not saying that you wouldn't call back your brothers when they misbehave, but don't focus channel all your energy. If you have talent in propaganda and blackmail, please apply your talent on the right side. Apply it against the enemies. Apply it on those who are coming against us to make sure we don't have a life. Today is sit at home. And I appreciate every single Biafran today that is still holding on and keeping on. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bless you. All our Biafran brothers and sisters in Biafra land that are losing their sleep, making sacrifice in one way or the other, losing their businesses and friends because of this very sit at home for more than 4 years and still counting. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect every one of you. As many that have made it this far, you are going to be there and raise the flag of Biafra. No evil shall befall you. Whatever business you have lost today, you are going to win it 1,000-fold. Those customers you didn't meet today, tomorrow you are going to meet them. You are going to meet them even greater. Do not worry. Do not be disturbed. Do not worry yourself. Do not be disturbed. Chukwu Okike Abiama, who has made it possible for us to come, will never disappoint us. Chukwu Okike Abiama, who gave us the grace to be alive up to this moment, will never disappoint us. Wherever you are and you are part of this journey, please continue to hold on. Biafra is possible. Very, very possible. It is possible. Represent on your own side. In the part of this recognition, represent you yourself. Be that example. Let people see you and your action, the way you write on the comment section in Biafran program, the way you conduct your program. Let people see it and say, because of this guy, I'm not going to give up. Let people see it and say, because of this woman, I will not walk away. Let people see you and say, because of this person, I will support. Let even people who are not Biafrans, when they come across your video, journalists across the world, activists across the world, when they come across your video, it will touch their heart to speak about the issue of Biafra. We can do that. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect us. As we are ending the program, every one of us that have been able to contribute in one way or the other, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect us. And we are going to come back again in the evening for the evening section of the program. Thank you so much for being part of us on this morning section. We're going to end this to come back in the evening hours. May Chukwu Okike Abiama